Farg'ona davlat universiteti talabalari va magistrantlari diqqatiga. Ilm yo'lini tanlagan aziz yoshlar, endilikda siz yillik o'quv rejasida belgilangan dars mashg'ulotlari va mavzularni nafaqat oliy ta'lim muassasasiga kelgan holda, balki maxsus platformaga joylanuvchi video darslar orqali ham o'zlashtirishingiz, bilimlaringizni mustahkamlashingiz mumkin. Bu borada biz sizga yaqindan ko'mak beramiz. Ya'ni oliygoh professor o'qituvchilar tomonidan olib borilgan dars jarayonlari tasvirga olingan holda taqdim etiladi. Biz sizning mukammal va sifatli ta'lim olishingiz tarafdorimiz. Siz istagan paytingiz va joyingizda ushbu darslarni tomosha qilishingiz va mavzularni mukammal tarzda o'zlashtirishingiz mumkin. Farg'ona davlat universiteti rahbariyati talabalar uchun qulay va mukammal ta'lim sharoitlarini yaratib berishga hamisha tayyor.
Assalomu alaykum hurmatli tinglovchilar. Men Farg'ona davlat universiteti ingliz tili va adabiyot fakulteti ingliz tilini o'qitish metodikasi kafedrasi o'qituvchisi Aslbek OXUNOV bo'laman. Bugun Nazariy gramatika bo'yicha leksiyamizni olib boramiz. Okay, let's go. Today we are going to talk about theoretical grammar, and we are starting theoretical grammar from today's lesson. And today's topic is introduction to theoretical grammar. So, what is a theoretical grammar, and what is a grammar itself? What are the languages, and what is a language, what is the unit? Today we are going to discuss that. So, what we are going to discuss today? So, language families and groups, language and speech, definitions to the term grammar, and types of grammar, grammatical meaning and lexical meaning, and grammatical form and meaning. And today's keywords: grammatical form, grammatical meaning, lexical meaning, language, speech, morpheme, and morph. First of all, if we talk about language families, and we know language and we know family, and how about if we combine them, and it's a grammatical term or a linguistic term, we can say. So, a language family is a group of languages related by descent from a common ancestor, called proto-language. Proto-language is the major types of languages. For example, the major of language groups is Indo-European, and English belongs to Germanic branch of Indo-European languages. So, languages are classified into two structural types. So, what are they? Syntactic and analytic languages. What is a syntactic language and what is an analytic language? So, syntactic languages are defined, so internal grammar, and analytic language are with external grammar. So, syntactic language is formed or is expressed by inflections, by adding inflections. For example, we can say Uzbek language is a syntactic language because we add inflections after the word. For example, so kelmoq, O'zbek tilida kelmoq fe'li bo'ladigan bo'lsa, uni o'tgan zamonini, when we want to express the past meaning, past simple meaning, we add them, right? For example, kelmoq in the past, kill them. Them is added to the infinitive form of kelmoq, kill, and them, kill them. This is analytical form. I mean syntactic form. Analytic languages are expressed with the help of words, and we add different independent words to express one grammatical meaning. For example, do. So, I do home task every day. So, this is present simple, right? And if we want to speak about the past, like men kecha vazifa qildim, right? Or men ertaga vazifa qilaman. I will do home task. So, As you can see here, we are adding will, a different independent vote here. No inflections. This is analytic language. As you can see, we cannot speak of languages purely syntactic or purely analytical. So, men kecha vazifa qildim. How about here? I did home task yesterday. Or let's see in nouns, in different parts of speech. Work, let's say work as an example. We are adding ER to express or to vote a new vote. For example, a worker, we are adding ER to express a person, not an action. And this is syntactic way of, as you can see here, English can be analytical or syntactical. And we see the percentage. So we can say Uzbek is more syntactic than English. On the other hand, English is more syntactic than Spanish. Because in Spanish, most new words are done with analytical way. Or let's say Chinese. Chinese is more analytic. And Chinese is more analytical than Spanish. So in every language, there is a way of making a new word analytically and syntactically. Okay? Let's move on. So, what is language and what is speech? So, language is a collective body of knowledge and it is a set of basic elements. So, all we know is a language, and what is a speech then? And this element, speech is closely connected with language, and it is the result of using the language. So, here we can say, language is general, while speech is personal or individual. Everyone can use the language. For example, in Uzbekistan or in England, whatever language they use, every individual uses the language differently. So it is their speech. Okay? So here is the thing. Speech is individual and personal. Language is common, general for all individuals, for everyone. If you pay attention, no one can replace the other person's speech, right? Their speech is unique. In return, language unit is opposed to speech unit. They are not the same thing. For example, language unit phoneme is called sound in speech. Let's say S as a phoneme can be pronounced S or Z, right? And sentence in speech is called utterance. And text is discourse. What is a grammar? Now we are coming close to our topic. The term grammar goes back to a Greek word, which is translated as the art of writing. But today, it is often used as a synonym of linguistics, right? So grammar can be practical grammar and theoretical grammar. In practical grammar, we learn description of grammar rules, and in theoretical grammar, we learn how to offer explanation for these rules. So, what is a lexical meaning? So, when we talk about meaning, the lexical meaning is a denotative meaning of the word. It is the meaning in a dictionary. Semantic meaning, denotative meaning, and centering meaning. These are alternatives of lexical meaning. In a sentence, lexical meaning is primary meaning. apart from lexical meaning, there is grammatical meaning also. What is a grammatical meaning? It sounds strange because we have never heard about it, right? So grammatical meaning is abstract meaning, and it embraces classes of words. Grammatical meaning depends on the lexical meaning, always, and it connected with objective reality indirectly, not directly, through the lexical meaning. It means without lexical meaning, we cannot express grammatical meaning. Let's take an example, like the previous example, like I did home task. Without do, or without the meaning of the verb do, how can we express the past form of this word? So did here expresses the past meaning. This is grammatical meaning. The grammatical meaning is relative, and it's revealed in relations of word forms. And we cannot use, or we cannot say grammatical meaning is independent. So as you can see here, speak and speaks. This suffix as shows the present simple tense and also person, third person, right? Because only third person in present simple can be used as. Let's go to example. Here are two sentences. Football plays boys. Boys plays football. Most people say this sentence is not correct, but the other one is correct. Let's discuss this. Football plays boys. Logically, this is incorrect sentence because football never play boys. But grammatically, it is a correct sentence. Pay attention here. Football is a subject, plays verb, and as you can see here, as, because football is singular and in third person. But logically, it's not correct. So, boys plays football. This one sounds like a correct sentence. But grammatically, it is incorrect sentence. Like boys, we never say boys plays football. But boys play football is okay. Here, as is not needed. So, grammatical meaning is incorrect here. So, if you want to be understood, you have to speak grammatically correct. So, the grammatical meaning must have a grammatical form of expression, like inflections, analytical forms, and word order. In Uzbek, word order is free, but in English it's fixed. And every part of sentence have its places in a sentence. So, let's talk about morphemes. What are the morphemes? Morphemes are language units. Morphemes are the smallest meaningful language unit. They can be words, they can be inflections. So, for example, football. This is one morpheme. Or worker. Here is two morphemes. Work, one morpheme, and er, another morpheme. Morphemes are not only words. So we talk about types of morphemes in later slides. Let's see classification of morphemes from different viewpoints. The classification can be functional, number correlation between form and content. So types of morphemes. From the point of view of function, they may be lexical and grammatical morphemes. Now we will talk about lexical morphemes and grammatical morphemes. From previous slides, we learned grammatical and lexical meaning. And grammatical morpheme and lexical morpheme are kind of related to meaning. So lexical morphemes are those that express full lexical meaning of their own and associated with some object, quality, action, number of reality, like live, read, go on, and so on. It means it has its meaning in reality. But grammatical morphemes don't have independent meaning in reality. They are used only in sentences. For example, shall, will, be, have in present perfect, right? Is, es, ed, they are grammatical morphemes. So both of them can be free and bound morphemes. Lexical free morphemes and lexical bound morphemes. These are independent votes and they are lexical free morphemes because they can come freely in a sentence. What are lexical bound morphemes? Lexical bound morphemes cannot be used independently, and they are usually added to some lexical free morphemes to build new sentence. For example, friend is a lexical free morpheme, and we are adding sheep, friendship, and this is a new sentence. It's not a friend. It is a new sentence with the help of lexical bound morpheme, ship, freedom, teacher, er, spoonful, full, and so on. The lexical bound morphemes are means to build new words. So grammatical morphemes, as we can see, grammatical morphemes also divided free and bound morphemes. Grammatical free morphemes are used in sentence independently. I shall go. Here, shall doesn't have an independent meaning in reality, but it can be used without adding into different words. It can be used independently. I shall go. Grammatical bound morphemes are usually attached to some lexical free morphemes to express new grammatical form, like girl's bag. Here, apostrophe s is a grammatical bound morpheme. Bigger room, er, grammatical bound morpheme. Asked, ed is a grammatical bound morpheme. So, let's see here. How many morphemes exist in these two sentences? He looked at me beautifully. He, one morpheme. Lexical, free morpheme. Looked, here are two morphemes. Look, grammatical, free morpheme, right? No, it's lexical free morpheme. Ed, grammatical bound morpheme. At, grammatical free morpheme. Why? Because it is used independently. It's not added to me or it's not added to looked. Me, grammatical, lexical free morpheme. Beautifully, beauty, lexical free morpheme. Full, lexical bound morpheme. ly, lexical bound morpheme. Okay. From the point of view of number correlation between form and content, there may be overt morpheme, zero morpheme, empty morpheme, and discontinuous morpheme. Overt morphemes are just morphemes itself. Zero morphemes. Zero morphemes are those that have content but don't have explicitly expressed forms. These morphemes are revealed by means of comparison. So, what does it mean? Ask, zero morpheme. When we compare to asks, here are two morphemes, right? Asks, ask plus s. S here can show present simple, and it is suffix, it is different morpheme. When we compare to asks, ask is zero morpheme because it doesn't have any morpheme. High, higher. High is zero morpheme, not higher, because higher has er suffix or er, grammatical bound morpheme. So what is empty morpheme here? There is this term, but empty morphemes, we don't have empty morphemes a lot. So here is S is empty morpheme. It is not grammatical free or grammatical bound morpheme. It doesn't change the meaning of the word. It doesn't make another word. It is just connects two morphemes, just like a connector. So empty morphemes are the morphemes that connect two morphemes. They have form but no meaning. Discontinuous morphemes. Discontinuous morphemes are two morphemes which require each other. In English, we can see in present continuous, is and ing requires one another. So when we use is or any other types of to be, we have to use ing, right? They are one morpheme which is called discontinuous. In Uzbek, we cannot meet this type of morphemes, but in English, here we can see. And also, we can give an example in present perfect. So, have and verb 3, right? Or have plus work plus ed. We have played football. In here, have doesn't have to possess meaning, but it is part of present perfect. And have require verb 3 after it. So this is all for today. If you understand the topic, what is theoretical grammar, I'm really glad. Some people say that they don't need theoretical grammar. And I hope slide or after this lesson, they will change their opinion. And thank you so much.